Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. Sitting here loading up one of my favorite little rifle rounds. This cartridge in general is just quickly becoming one of my favorites. 300 Blackout. This is a 125 grain Speer TNT bullet, varmint bullet. Also very good self-defense bullet, if I need to say so. Varmint bullets typically the way I go when it comes to like the middle powered, or they call them intermediate cartridge, home defense, self-defense type genres. I will go with a varmint round. If I got to use it on somebody breaking in the house or something like that, I consider them a vermin anyways, so it works out great. But on a serious note, this little cartridge, y'all know I still am a big fan of the 7.62x3.9. Just like that cartridge, its capabilities within 100 yards, it punches way out of its weight class. But one of the big downfalls of that particular round now is that it costs just as much as 300 Blackout, if not more. Can't get the cheap old Wolf steel case stuff anymore, which all of my rifles chambered in that really loved. So now that that's gone, when you're buying brass cased ammunition that we can currently get, really it's the same boat as 300 Blackout, but 300 Blackout, when it comes to reloading, has the advantage of using small pistol primers as opposed to, small rifle primers. I guess you could maybe use a pistol primer, maybe I need to test that. But I can use my small rifle primers in these as opposed to large rifle primers in 7.62x3.9. And if you're a reloader these days, you know that large rifle primers are hard to come by, and when you can find them, they are way more expensive than small rifle primers. So there's one benefit. Plus, you don't need the tapered magazines like the AK banana mags, banana clips. Can't even say it wrong trying. You don't need the oddball AR mags. Just use standard. I've used standard 223 5.56 P mags for years and not had a bit of problem with 300 Blackout. So, and terminally, ballistically, they're real close. Slight edge to the 7.62x3.9. But if you're reloading, you also have to consider that 300 Blackout takes a standard .308 diameter bullet, and 7.62x3.9 takes the oddball .310 diameter bullet. So there again, 300 Blackout wins as a reloader, and if you're just buying your ammunition, it's a toss-up. But like I said, I am becoming more and more of a 300 Blackout fan these days, so I'm gonna load up a big old bunch of it, I think, just to have, shoot through, and not feel bad about depleting stocks when I do shoot it. But today's topic is not 300 Blackout versus 7.62x3.9, as you would believe if you've been listening for the last 3.5 minutes. It's actually something much simpler. What 3 guns are on my radar for the next purchases? Now, I'm kind of at a point where I'm not particularly buying firearms to fill rolls anymore. All of my rolls are pretty well filled. Now that don't mean that couldn't split some duties here and there just for the fun of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that most, I don't know what just happened there, but that was not good. Dumped half of my powder out the side of the case, and there's no split case. So there you go. But I'm not really looking to fill a specific roll. These are just because I like them, because they're cool, and why not? So the 3 guns that have my interest peaked in 2025, summer of 2025. First one just came out not too long ago, and you know I'm a CZ fan, so here we go. I'm just going to lay it out there. CZ Shadow 2 Carry. Now the Shadow 2 Compact has been out for a bit, but the Carry has some features that I do like a little bit better. It is double action, single action with a decocker, like my PCR. It also has a firing pin safety, whereas the Shadow 2 Compact does not. So a little added safety feature there, plus the decocker action, and it's just a cool looking little gun, and I like it. Now, will it do anything my PCR won't? Probably not. It's got a rail, PCR doesn't, but if you watched my last video on rambling, you know I don't use the rail on a carry gun anyways. If it was to serve bedside duty, maybe. Might get one then. But I doubt that ever happens since it's a 9mm, and I'm gonna have a handgun beside my bed. It's gonna have a little more oomph than a 9mm. At least a 40. More likely a 10mm. So that is probably number one. The next one, I just said the reason, 10mm, but I'm looking real hard at that Ruger 10mm carbine. And yes, it does take Glock mags. One of the big selling points for me is that it does take Glock mags. So I already have a bunch of those. That's pretty cool. And 10mm out of a carbine, that's nothing to really sneeze on. It's going to have some oomph to it, and it's going to be fun to shoot. It's going to have more recoil than a 9mm pistol caliber carbine. Probably be similar to like a 357 Magnum pistol caliber carbine, but even then, a 44 Magnum lever action anyways, doesn't really have much recoil, even with hot horsepower loads. Doesn't really beat you up too bad. So 10mm, you're gonna get some oomph, gonna get some horsepower out of it, you're gonna have some capacity, and you're not gonna have terrible recoil. So that'd be a fun little package, I think. Expensive to shoot, but look, I reload, so it would give me an excuse to sit here and crank out more 10mm, which is probably next in the lineup for a reload. I need to get some more coated plinking bullets loaded up for that. So we're up to CZ Shadow 2 Carry, the Ruger 10mm carbine, and I held it at SHOT Show, by the way, that Ruger carbine, and it feels really good. So that's another one of the interest peakers for me on that one. Third one, for no particular reason at all, I've been looking really hard at those Colt, I think it's the Night Cobra, something like that. It's the not matte stainless Cobra in 38 Special Plus P. Why? I don't know. A little snubby. It looks cool. It's got 6 rounds instead of 5 and a little small 38 snub. It's Colt. I like to add Colts to the stable. See what I did there? Whenever I can. And like I said, it looks cool. I really don't have much else for you on that one. It just looks cool. And that's where I'm at with my gun purchasing these days, is if it looks cool, I want it. So it's made my top 3 just because it looks cool, and probably never carry it. Probably not do anything but bang some steel with it, look at it, dry fire at people on TV as I'm watching Jason Statham and whatever blue collar role he's filling in the latest movie, whether it's a mechanic or a beekeeper or a working man or whatever blue collar role he's filling this particular series. I'll sit and help him take out bad guys on TV with it, maybe. It's really about all it boils down to. But that's my top 3. At least give me 1. You ain't gotta give me 3, but at least give me your next gun purchase in the comments down below. What has your interest piqued? You may persuade me. It may be something I don't even know about. something that's just completely missed me in all my Palmetto State Armory emails and CDNN and J&G Firearms and all those people that send emails like 18 times a day. I may have missed it. Let me know what your next gun purchase is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.